Thank you. So the floor is yours, Neha. Go ahead and let's see what you bring us today.
Hi everybody, I am Neha and I am from India. So I'm going to be sharing my project with you guys today. Okay. So the name of the app is NyaayRakshak. NyaayRakshak is basically a Hindi word which stands for protector of justice. And it also says this here, right? And this is my logo. So the logo is basically a phoenix with two justice scales that ensures that this app is as fierce as the idea behind it, and these weighing scales ensure that justice prevails. So now what this app really does is, so all this on the screen is very technical, so I'm just going to break it down. So what this app really does is it connects people from marginalized communities or people who probably never received justice in terms of survivors of sexual assault or um, people who were treated unfairly at medical health institutions or laborers who are exploited, who are paid really low wages. So this app aims to connect these people with pro bono lawyers or lawyers who are willing to do or take up their cases for extremely low rates. So about 150 to 300 rupees, and that conversion is basically $2 to $3, right? So what this app does is you can basically, okay. Right. So you can basically book appointments. So these people, they will log in to the app, the people or the survivors or the people who are willing to present their cases or whose voices were unheard. Because here in India, where I come from, people don't really come forward in under the fear that society would not accept them. And here, the idea of justice is not very prevalent, right? So people, they don't really come forward. And this app aims to ensure that people like those who won't come forward otherwise do so via the app, and their confidentiality remains, right? So what this app does is you can connect with lawyers. So you can either book virtual consultations or in-person appointments, and you can have a flexible scheduling with the lawyers to ensure that the lawyers take up the cases with them. Now, the only nick here is that the lawyers who take up their cases are not allowed to charge a fee. It is supposed to be pro bono work for them. So the people who probably cannot afford justice or ones who think it's really expensive for them to fight legally also have access to this app or also have access to justice, as we say, because here in India it is more of a privilege than a right, right? So this is the first feature of the app. Okay. Like I said, it has affordable legal support. The platform fee is a minimum of 150 to 300 rupees, which is basically $2 to $3, like I said earlier. And the lawyers are on the platform are bound by agreements that are preventing them from charging exorbitant fees, as I mentioned. And it also ensures fair pricing for individuals seeking justice. And all the financial transactions are secure to maintain user confidentiality and prevent exploitation. Now, how protection and confidentiality is maintained is using non-disclosure agreements. So, NyaayRakshak, it places utmost privacy on its users. So, lawyers are registered on the platform. They're required to adhere to strict non-disclosure agreements, ensuring that all conversations, cases, and shared information remain confidential. This commitment to privacy fosters trust and security for vulnerable individuals seeking help. Now, another feature of this app is AI powered mental health support, right? So, we know that people who go through such things in life, um, who are probably treated unfairly, who are abused, or who go through such devastating realities, they usually need a lot of support throughout their journey and on a normal day to day basis as well. So, this app has an AI powered mental health support feature that allows for 24/7 mental health AI support chatbot. And if that chatbot is not enough, and if the person wants to probably do better, or if the chatbot is not enough, there is also 24/7 access to real therapists or real life therapists. So the users, they can connect with these therapists who can have a chat with them, who can help them feel better if the chatbot is not sufficient. Right now, as we are going to launch it, it is currently going to be in India. So this is still a work in progress in the prototype stage, but I ensure or I aim to ensure that it is going to be designed as a global platform in the coming futures, expand in more countries, ensuring that individuals worldwide can access legal aid, mental health support, safety, and resources without geographical limitations. Now, there's another feature of this app, which is location sharing for safety. So basically, a lot of times when people are traveling alone, especially women at night, and if they feel alone, or if they feel scared, or if they feel threatened at any point, there's this one option where you can share your location with up to two friends on the app. That is a 24/7 location sharing feature. And there is also an emergency alert system put in place. So the emergency alert system, so here in Mumbai, where I come from, there's a 24/7 police car service. So if you're a person who is traveling late at night, be it a man or a woman, doesn't matter. So what you can do is you can contact the police and they come pick you up at the exact location you've dropped your pin at. So here another feature would be the emergency alert system that ensures that if you're feeling in sort of a very threatening situation, or a very emergent situation, you can alert the emergency alarm system, which triggers an alert that instantly notifies the nearest police station with their live location, so they can try to be there as soon as possible, and they can take you from there to wherever your intended location is, right? So this is what I spoke about, that it collaborates with existing police initiatives such as the Mumbai Police 24/7 car service to ensure immediate physical protection when required. Okay, there is another feature of this app, that is resources and support for survivors. So there are comprehensive resource libraries featuring articles, guides, and videos to help survivors cope with trauma and understand their legal rights. There's also links to trusted organizations, there's hotlines and emergency contacts for immediate assistance. And all these features that are there, especially these resource libraries, they are testimonies of people who have been in a similar situation in the past, or people who went out to seek help on their own, how their experience was, and how, if you're battling a mental health situation, how you could probably tackle it, so you can have resources for the same, right? The app is going to be extremely user friendly because we are targeting people from marginalized communities and globally as well. So we need to make a very user-friendly app, and there's also a verification process for everybody who works in NyaayRakshak. So there's an intensive background check, and I will also be hiring people who run background checks and ensure or verify the validity of people working with us, especially lawyers, right? Because it's really important that because if someone else is placing their trust or faith in you, you are not supposed to let them down. So the verification process is really important. There's also a crisis hotline integration, like I mentioned above. There's community support forum, so you can find links to Discord or maybe WhatsApp servers where people are, victims of such situations. They can contact people who have been in one in pre basically earlier, or people who are trained professionals in this particular field, right? And language accessibility, we know how much of a barrier language really is. So if we were to go global with this, it would mean that we would have more than one language, obviously, right? Not just English or Hindi, where I come from. It will be multilingual, it will be tailored as per your country's native language, or any language that you basically speak. There'll also be intensive training programs for the lawyers and therapists who work here, because I believe job enrichment and job training is really important for everybody to be at their best efficiency. So there's one more thing. There'll also be a feedback and rating system and a help desk where they can connect with us in case they face any difficulties in the app, and there'll be a 24/7 customer support assistant who will be reporting to them. And there'll also be a feedback and rating system on a monthly or like a bi-weekly basis, so people can really tell us where we could improve. So that also really matters. We can also have partnership with NGOs or advocacy groups, so in real life, that ensure that this entire process is going by smoothly, and that when you're a part of the NGO, you're not feeling left out, and the NGO really helped you throughout this process, because we know how tiring, tedious, and hectic legal aid could be, right? There's also a robust security encryption, because we know that all the data that goes on in this app is really important and crucial, and any breach at any point would be extremely devastating or um very serious, right? Because one would be sharing their location, they would also be sharing their case details, like things they went through and approaching the lawyer. So all that is really confidential information, so we will ensure there's a robust security encryption. There will also be many social media campaigns, and in order to build the lawyers At this stage, I've started with finding people who I know of, that is, parents of my friends who work in the field, or maybe people online who are interested, like using social media platforms like LinkedIn and the like. So, lawyers, therapists, and we will also be gaining funding and government support. So, I will be applying for government grants as well, so that this becomes a government recognized project and not just a personal one. Now, there's also this goal that I'm focusing on. So, my first phase would be the platform development. It would be to build a secure, user-friendly app with the core features. The milestone would be to beta test this with 500 users by month 6. And I'd need a tech team, a legal advisor team, and a UI UX designer team. The phase 2 would be pilot launching and partnerships that would validate platform efficacy and build networks. So here the milestone would be to achieve at least an 80% user satisfaction rate and solve 10 plus legal cases via the platform, right? Phase 3 would be a full launch and scaling, that is between months 10 and 12. That the objective would be to expand nationally and refine systems. So here the milestone would be to expand to at least 3 Indian states and have 20,000, more than 20,000 active users. In the long term, my vision is by 2027 to expand this app to 10 plus countries, impacting more than a million users, and become a global benchmark for justice tech innovation. That's my cue. Thank you.
Wow. You have thought all of the aspects of this application. Congratulations. I think it's a very complete and well thought project. Um, you will face like a lot of challenges, like completing this, but you need to promise us that you're going to be back and show us your progress, because these apps
Definitely.
definitely aim on making a difference, especially on the safety of people, the well-being of people. So are you're going to be back, right? Yeah,
Yes.
well, I can see that your project is very complete, very well thought, and it pretty much covers all of the things that you have like for launching this version. So we're going to be looking forward to see that. Okay,
You.
congratulations, Neha,
Thank you
and
so much.
and and hello to everyone in India and Mumbai. All right, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Awesome project. I am amazed, like all of these projects that we have been being listening and watching here on this global innovation field trip are addressing like big needs of humanity. So congratulations to everyone.